I first got my Cadillac CTS, I was actually really happy with how the lights were because I had come from other cars with old incandescent bulbs, but I was always surprised that there were people on the Facebook groups complaining that the lights sucked on these cars. And it wasn't until I drove my fiance's Acura TLX with LED lights that I saw what I was missing out on. HID lights, they used to be the best, the brightest, the widest, that's what everyone wanted, but now LED technologies have come a long way, and today I'm going to be reviewing an LED bulb replacement for your Cadillac CTS. I think you're going to like the results. Let's check it out. Hey folks, I'm Daniel, welcome to the channel. Today I am reviewing the Auxito LED lights. They're gonna replace the HID lights in my third gen Cadillac CTS. However, there are LED bulbs for all types of cars out there. Be sure to check out the Auxito website to see what bulbs they have to upgrade for your car. $89 is an excellent price because just one bulb for the Cadillac from the dealer is gonna cost you about $170 or more. One bulb, and you're getting both here for about 90 bucks. And before we get started, I wanna say Auxito did provide me with these lights to try out and review. However, they don't tell me what to say. All opinions in this video are my own, but spoiler alert, I like them. You can get these lights for just under $89, and if you use my coupon code found down in the description, you can get 15% off. Be sure to click that link down there to get these bulbs. I think that's an awesome deal, especially if one of your bulbs have gone out. Just switch over to LEDs and you're gonna be set for much cheaper than the price of one bulb from the dealer. Now, if you're just here to do the installation and learn how to swap out your bulbs in your third gen CTS or most other Cadillacs around that time, go ahead and jump to this time and it's gonna help you. However, I do suggest you stick around and listen because there is some important information about picking the right LEDs for your CTS. Not all of them work, and these, I'm gonna tell you why they are one of the better ones for your CTS, so keep watching. These are boxed up really nice. Inside, the bulbs are safe, comes with some instructions and some white gloves. Why white gloves? Well, because you generally don't want to touch these bulbs or your old HID bulbs with your oily fingers. It will deteriorate the life of the bulb, especially on those HIDs. They may even fail immediately. So if you do end up using those again, be sure to wipe them down with isopropyl alcohol. You can see that these bulbs are almost identical in shape and size as the HID bulbs. They just have an LED with 30 CSP elements on it, located in just the right spot, so when they're installed, they focus properly in your projectors. At the base, we have an aluminum heatsink, and inside is a little fan to keep things cool. One thing I like about these Auxito LEDs compared to others that I've seen are that these fans are pretty quiet. And I have to say, if things are quiet, that means they're balanced, they're engineered well probably, so less likely to fail, because I would hate to see a fan fail on one of these. The heat sinks on these are really important to pay attention to. You see, not all LED lights are created equal, even if they say they're D3S. Some of the heat sinks on products out there are too big. When you install them, they don't fit in the housing properly. And although they may install, once the car gets going, cars like my CTS with adaptive headlights that turn with the steering or go up and down for leveling, yeah, when they move, that heat sink may bang against the housing of the headlight, and then you're gonna get a headlight error. You don't want that. I've thoroughly tested these and they do not cause errors in my Cadillac CTS. Now, I don't have a way to properly test out the lumens of these lights. I can tell you they're definitely brighter than the stock lights. They're also rated at 6,000 Kelvin. What that means is the color temperature of the light. 6,000 is pretty white. Any higher, things start turning blue. Anything lower starts turning sort of yellow. Stock HID lights on the CTS are probably around 4,500 to 5,000 Kelvin. That means they're a little more yellow. And you're gonna find that these Auxito lights are much whiter, which I definitely appreciate. Okay, enough of the technical talk. Let's see the output of these lights and how they compare to the stock HID lights. Here's the stock headlight on the left and the Auxito on the right in my dark garage about 2 feet from the garage door. This image is on a low exposure setting with the camera, but I want to show you the luma values. The luma scope under the image comes from my video editing program, and although it's not an absolute value, it's more of just relative, you can definitely see how the right side light, the Auxito, is brighter. Here's the same shot with a higher exposure rating from the camera. This is a little more realistic of how it looks in person, and you can definitely see not only is the Auxito brighter, but also whiter. Here's a view from outside the garage. This time I've got the bulbs swapped, so the stock is on the right, Auxito on the left. Notice how the Auxito is more consistent lighting, less blotchy, and check out these high beams. Now let's see what it looks like while driving. Honestly, it's not a huge difference left and right. I'd say that if I threw you in one car with the LEDs and one with the HIDs, you may not notice the difference, but now that I know what I'm missing out on, I can't stand not having the LEDs anymore. But to a car enthusiast, it's also the appearance of the car from the outside that matters. So what do you see here? Well, the difference is subtle, but the wider, brighter Auxito headlight does show. All right, I hope the evidence has convinced you that these are the lights you want to go with to improve both your night driving and the general appearance of your car at night. So let's get to installing these on my Cadillac CTS. Replacing the bulbs on your Cadillac CTS or a lot of cars from this generation isn't as easy as it used to be, where you just go into the hood area, unscrew the bulb, and replace it. Now, for this car, you need to go through the wheel liner. To do that, you'll want to turn your wheel all the way to the inside. And then on the CTS, we've got 3 T15 Torx screws to remove, and then you can peel back the wheel liner to access where the bulb is. However, the tire is pretty close to the wheel liner, and doing this your first time, it may be a little too tight for you. And especially on my car, it's lowered, so it's really tight. I highly suggest you raise the vehicle by jacking up the front section and supporting it. And what this will do is raise the car up and the wheel will drop down, giving you more of a gap to peel back that wheel liner. If you really want to get creative, pull the whole wheel off and then it's going to be even easier. But I'm going to go ahead and jack up the car so I can give you the best possible camera angle. Once you've removed those 3 T15 Torx screws and peeled back the wheel liner, you can put a light up in there to see better. There's a circular cover. All you need to do is turn that counterclockwise about 30 degrees and it comes right off. Inside, you'll see the back of the HID bulb and this heat shielded cable going to the connector right up to the bulb. Just pull the connector straight down and it comes off. Next, you might want to put on one of those white gloves that Auxito put in the box for you, but I'm just going to skip it. Grab the base of the bulb and twist it counterclockwise. It'll only turn about 20 or 40 degrees and then it comes straight out. Now just grab your new LED bulb from Auxito and install it. Put it in with the connector facing about the 4 or 5 o'clock position and then turn it to where it's pointing straight down at the 6 o'clock position. Reconnect the power cable and then don't forget to put the cover on. I've totally forgotten that sometimes. The little tab on the cover points down. Before putting everything away, let's test the headlight and make sure it works. Now tuck the wheel liner back into place and replace those 3 T15 Torx screws. I'm using my DeWalt 90-degree adapter, not totally necessary, but it makes things way easier. Then lower the car back down and move on to the other side. All right, folks, that's it for installing LED bulbs on your Cadillac CTS. Remember, if you want to pick up some of these lights, you can get them using the link down below, and don't forget the coupon code JETFUEL for 15% off that list price. If you appreciated this video, show me, hit that like button, consider subscribing, and maybe hit the bell so you're notified of future car content. Thank you so much for watching the Jet Fuel Only channel. We'll see you next time.